Hi Pisces, we're going to do your love reading real quick. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I don't know what is going on with this candle. There we go. So how are you guys? Okay, let me just show you the pre-shuffle so far. So it looks like we have a return, which is not very surprising because we have that a lot of that going on right now. But also it looks like you could be dealing with the twin flame. So we have the Empress. This is just pre-shuffle, okay? So this could have to do with the reading or maybe not. Just somebody needs to hear it. I always feel like when it comes through this strong. But we have the Empress energy here. The Empress is somebody who's all about self-love and creation, beauty, and just nurturing, you know. And then here we have the Knight of Swords. It looks like somebody is coming towards you. If this is you, this is Libran energy. This could be Libran, also an air sign. And then we have the Death card and the Queen of Wands. And when I was asking, I did go into this deeper. So the Death card is about an ending, and we don't really fear that in tarot. It is often it's a good thing because it shows us because it completes a cycle and brings a new beginning. Which is typically needed, right, in life. So, but look at this. We got the Queen of Wands. This is where it gets very interesting. And then I wanted to know more about that. And here's where it gets real telling. We've got the Lovers card. So this yin and yang is a balance between feminine and masculine energy. So this is very, this card is screaming some stuff to me, and I'll tell you in a second. Here again, we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody's coming towards you. Queen of Cups, offering love. Okay. And then look at that. Six of Cups. This is typically a return. Somebody from the past, somebody giving, but it's also very fond memories. And then we have this Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. And I'll get into it more if more of it comes up. But I feel like probably something ended. Maybe you were giving too much. And things got a little out of balance, and either somebody wasn't appreciating it or it just didn't work because the balance was so off. So we'll talk about this more in a little bit, but you know, I've got some really strong tips about how to, you know, maintain temperance. You give, you don't overgive, you don't undergive. We don't give more. We do, but we shouldn't. When somebody's not doing their part, we tend to try and make up for them or try harder, and that really throws things out of whack. It does not balance it out. So strong, super strong pre-shuffle message, okay? And then also, if you guys are in, I only have one Pisces almost personal, but it is really good. It goes into, especially if you're in a twin flame or a soulmate situation where you feel stuck, it answers everything. We ask for confirmation, soulmate or twin flame confirmation, you know, where you are on the journey, what blockages, when, you know, return. We even get time frame on most of them. And those are very much like personal. So I encourage you to check those out if you haven't. I will link the Pisces one down below. Look at that, seven of Wands. So holding your ground. I like it. I have a feeling this is going to be very much about not, I think this person comes back, but I think there's going to be, and that's why I keep feeling that almost personal. I feel like there's going to be a need to do things a little bit different this time. So seven of Wands. So this is, you know, holding your ground, it's maintaining your standards and your value. And it looks like you've done some healing or you've withdrawn with this Four of Swords. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at your energy, their energy, and stick around to the end. We're going to do an intuition test, which everybody seems to love. Okay, your energy. Three of Wands, that's beautiful. Three of Wands is all about progress, looking to the future. Looks like a crystal ball, doesn't it? But this is all about moving forward, what's best for me, making progress. It could be waiting for your ship to come in, but remember, you're never going to miss that ship. I mean, you could miss an opportunity, but another one and another one and another one will keep coming, okay? And be careful with the tarot. Be careful, maybe, I don't know, let me come back to that. Ten of Swords. So I think that you or they, somebody looks like they're very maybe trying to move on past a painful ending. Something tells me it's not quite that easy. Okay, Ace of Wands. This is your person's energy. This is beautiful. Again, a passionate new beginning. Look at that. Gorgeous. That's them. Wow, and the Sun card. So the Sun card is about hope, healing. So that's what this is indicating that's what they're hoping for. Wow, nice. Maybe you're, Pisces, you may be a little bit afraid because maybe it was just so painful that you don't want to go through that again. Okay, Knight of Cups. Here we have it again, twice. Somebody definitely coming back. Hanged Man. King of Swords. Okay, so I feel like somebody came forward with love, right? Things were good. Then they pulled back and became somewhat detached. See how that sword is down? So this is your recent past. You know, it kind of like had, this is my knight in shining armor. This is somebody that I want to be with. This is my person. But then the Hangman is holding back. I mean, it could be Pisces energy, could be. But the good thing about the Hangman is, you know, he is looking to see things. Look how beautiful these cards are. He is looking to see things in a different light. Gorgeous. So that's recent past. Let's look at future. And there he is again, coming back. Strong return energy here. Five of Cups. Ooh, sadness. So this person is really focused on what they lost. Or you are. The roles could be reversed. Here's Eight of Wands. Communications coming. And bottom of the deck, communication. And remember when I said temperance? So this is my cue. I need to tell you guys my theory or what I think is happening or that needs to be done differently. So Four of Pentacles, that's fear of lack. That's fear of losing out. Somebody I think is going to communicate that to you. And I'm going to put that there so we don't forget it. So communication coming, something probably about, and this is happening a lot, something probably about, you know, not able to let go. I am still fighting being sick. It's crazy. Okay, let's start clarifying Seven of Swords. Looks like there was some deception. Seven of Swords sometimes can be avoidance. Wow, the Emperor. Now you have Emperor, Empress. Oh my gosh. Okay, strong twin flame. So, or soulmate. So again, I'll link that down below. Now remember, if it is a twin flame, that explains why it's so hard to let go. But doesn't mean you're supposed to be with somebody that you're not happy with. If they're not in a mature place or if they're not ready to commit or you know, do things the right way, then you're not supposed to sit around and wait for them. That actually might be part of your lesson. Wow. Okay, that's Lucy in the background trying to make a bed. Sorry. So Judgment, again, strong return energy. This is, typically it's can we try again? And some of you might be dealing with an Aries. Looks like there could be some control. I don't know. This person might be unable to let go because they don't like that you pulled back. I feel like they pulled back, but then maybe you finally stopped pursuing. What are you gonna do? That's Lucy trying to, like, you know, make a bed on the bed. Okay, so how does this person view Pisces? I almost said, don't let me forget to talk about this. Remember, I felt temperance with the yin yang. Okay, here we go. King of Cups. It's definitely a lot of love. We have had King and Queen of Cups now. How do they feel about you? They have a lot of love. How do they view the situation? Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow. So Lovers twice. Strong, strong soul connection here. And there's that Two of Pentacles. So here's what I feel. This is what I was getting really strong in the pre-shuffle. So what I think's happening, and you know, this might not be your story, but this still could be good information for, you know, next time or whoever you're dealing with. So, you know, sometimes when we get really excited about somebody, a relationship or being with somebody, we might over communicate or make ourselves, you know, a little bit too available. And some of you are going to criticize that and say, no, it should be that way. It's just human nature to not appreciate what comes easy. So I feel like with this yin and this yang, to make sure you maintain that balance. You know, don't over text. Don't send, you know, a text after a text. Don't over text. If, you know, let them reach out first, because what I've seen a million times will happen is there'll be such a strong connection and so much interest and intrigue, and then one person gets, you know, a little overexcited and they'll text a lot. They'll always be available, and especially if you're the feminine dealing with the masculine, you know, masculines like that mystery and that chase. So there's something here about staying, you know, make sure you're not overdoing your masculine energy if you're the feminine. Let that masculine chase you. So I think, here's what I think happened, and you guys tell me in the comments. I think what happens, or what could happen, what you need to hear in this reading is, and it seems so basic, but it's so common, is you get overexcited. I do it too, get overexcited, and then are always available, always texting, and it doesn't give that person a chance to miss you or to pursue. So just be very cognizant of that this time, okay? It's just human nature. If somebody's calling and texting us all day, then it just, we just take it for granted. You know, it's not as valuable. So I mean, pretty simple, basic reading, but you definitely have a return. And I think that's something you can tweak to hold interest. And even if this isn't somebody that you want to be with, which I think it is, because it looks like a twin flame, practice that, you know, practice pulling back or letting there be space. If you're with somebody in a new relationship, even if you're in a solid relationship and living together, if you're always there and you don't have your own life, then the other, you know, it's just, it doesn't stay exciting and interesting. You've got to keep it interesting, you know. It's so, think about it. If somebody doesn't text you, we're looking at our phone, we're sitting there going, oh, I wish they would text. But you got to give them that opportunity to feel that way. If they're texting us, put yourself in the other position, okay? So if somebody's texting you like crazy, even if you really, really like them, it kind of takes away a little bit of the excitement, you know? So I don't know, hopefully that helps somebody. I just feel like that was just screaming at me in the pre-shuffle, and that's what the Temperance card is. It's about holding back, maintaining balance, not overgiving, not undergiving, okay? And I think you had an issue with that with this person in the past. Okay, so I'm going to lay out 3 crystals, and I'm going to focus on one, and I want you guys to use your intuition and try and see which one I am focused on. Here's black obsidian, this little cute, beautiful amethyst sphere, and this is rose quartz. And I am focusing on one. So take a deep breath, and you guys let me know which one you chose. And say hi in the comments if you chose the black obsidian. You were correct. All right, Pisces, I so hope this helped. Let me know. It's kind of like something we know, but it's good to be reminded. Also, check out that, if you want something deep, check out that Twin Flame Pisces Almost Personal. I will link it. And if you haven't subscribed, I strongly suggest you do that if you watch the channel a lot, because all my intentions are set for my subscribers. So your energy will come in stronger, clearer if you subscribe. All right. I love you guys. Let me know. Bye, Pisces.